Now we're making electricity in Jefferson County. What we're trying to do today is we're going to run the 8 horsepower Tecumseh engine off of syngas. This will be our second running of this, but today we've added in the alternator, which is a 70 amp Delco alternator. It's wired up in such a way that I have control over the field with a switch so that when we're starting we don't have any load on the engine. And in turn it's going to charge a battery. Our initial starting voltage is about 12.5 volts. What we should see when the alternator kicks in is it's going to try and charge at 13.5 volts. And that'll prove that we have output out of the alternator. Further down the line we'll be adding an inverter to the battery circuit so that we can produce usable AC that can be used for just about anything we want to use it for. So for now, let's get the syngas rolling and the motor running. Thank you.
For this demonstration, we used wood pellets as a fuel source. Wood pellets are readily sourced at a local farm co-op in our area. A little bit of shaker action to get the pellets and the ash to fall through the bottom grate, and we were ready to fire up the unit. Here you see the wood gas stove and the filter connected to it, the automotive heater fan, and the plumbing that connects the syngas to the internal combustion engine. Through the blue tubing you see there, and the internal combustion engine is then connected to a Delco generator, which charges the battery. It took us a while to get the carburation exactly correct on the internal combustion engine, and while we were doing that I noticed some interesting effects on the wood gas stove. Here you can see the effects of the intake stroke of the 4-cycle internal combustion engine. And when the fan or internal combustion engine do not provide suction for the gasifier, the volatile organic compounds are permitted to updraft out of it. I thought this formed some very interesting smoke formations.
My fingers right now. I'm playing carburetor. Watch the meter. It's going to go up to 14. Running 2,600 RPM right now on the engine. The battery can then be used to feed an inverter or other devices which provide useful function. Okay, this is a small portable 400 watt inverter. I'm going to connect it to the battery. We're going to hook up a light bulb, a fan or two. There's a light bulb running off an inverter. If you notice, we stabilized at about 14.31 volts on the charging circuit. So right now we're not even drawing off the battery. All the power is coming from the alternator. Okay, for those days that you really need to cool off, you can also power a fan or two off a small 400 watt inverter. This is on high right now. It's flowing quite well. Notice no load on the engine, and we're still holding over 14 volts, so all the power is coming from the alternator. It doesn't get much better than that. Cooling and lighting. Presently, we're charging the battery. Alternator circuit's all running fine, and we're running off of syngas. Now we're making electricity in Jefferson County.
Is that right?
Yeah, I guess so. Hi, John. It's Doug. We're making hydrogen here in Jefferson County.